Assignment 2, Community Walkthrough, Mother's Weekly Group by Patrice Bridges. Description: the Mother's Support Group was an adult-only, in-person weekly meeting at a private central location. Mothers would meet together weekly to discuss their differently abled children. A social work consultant helped lead this program and coordinate different topics for discussion based on the group's consensus, such as health, education, and support services. Some weeks, professionals such as a naturopath or a behavior consultant were brought in to provide deeper insight. The mothers were also provided ample opportunities to bring up topics, issues, or hardships they had recently faced. Connection to the community. I joined the Mother's Support Group at the end of 2018, a few months after my daughter was diagnosed with autism. I was having a really difficult time with family members and friends, as no one seemed to be able to relate to what I was going through and the frustrations of dealing with the support service system. I was offered to join this group and was eager to do so. Having a group like the Mother Support Group really helped me in a lot of ways, such as how to digest the diagnosis, how to handle family members, and reassurance that I wasn't alone. Even after the initial 6-week program, a group of us continued to get together monthly and check in on each other and share how our children were doing. This came to an abrupt end with the onset of COVID-19, and now looking back, it may have been beneficial to move the group to an online platform so that we kept the line of communication open and could continue to support one another. Trust. The Mother's Support Group aligns with the principle of trust described by David McMillan. While a part of this group, there was an unspoken understanding that everyone had very similar feelings and experiences. This made the ability to be openly honest and forthcoming easy. As mentioned in the article Sense of Community, the first task of a community is to make it safe to tell the truth. That requires community empathy, understanding, and caring. Empathy, understanding, and caring were effortlessly supplied in the Mother Support Group. Every mother would empathize with another one's story of heartache and confusion, could understand their struggles with loved ones and acceptance, and every mother cared to listen, speak, and be heard. The Can Child Center for Childhood Disability Research says meeting other parents in similar situations helps parents gain confidence in themselves and in their parenting skills. Other parents appreciate how difficult it can be to meet the needs of a child with a disability. This is completely true and established a sense of truth from the group members immediately. Trade. Trade is another principle present in the Mother Support Group. It was not trade in the conventional sense of the word, but it was valuable nonetheless. As suggested by McMillan, the value of a trade depends on the personal risk involved in self-disclosure. In a social economy, the most risky and valuable self-disclosures involve the sharing of feelings. The sharing of feelings was the cornerstone of the Mother Support Group community. A social support worker carefully guided this group and helped create this environment. As mentioned in Sense of Community, a community with a live spirit and an authority structure that can be trusted begins to develop an economy. Example, members discover ways that they can benefit one another and the community. The members of this group were able to benefit from one another in many ways. One of those ways was explained perfectly by CanChild, stating, gaining information and resources from other parents who have been in similar situations can make new or difficult tasks easier to manage. The opportunity to share pertinent experiences and reinforce the ideology of togetherness while in a safe environment is proved by McMillan's point that people seek a social setting where they can be themselves and be safe from shame. And this contributed to the group's success. Thank you for listening to this community walkthrough. The agency that I received these supports from was called Sunbeam Developmental Resource Center.